Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful. A couple of years ago, you passed up what at the time could have been a big career opportunity with a new group and another company, and now you're wrestling for AEW. You're the interim ROH Women's World Champion. I mean, I know there's been a lot of ups and downs since then, but like in that moment as you won that title, how did you feel about those decisions? Because I mean, one always leads to another.
I'm always a big believer that the universe has a plan for you. You make decisions based on what's going on in your life, and there's always a path that you have to take. I think it wasn't so much passing up AEW back 2 years ago. It was more or less, I think they were still learning and I was still trying to figure out where I was going at that time. It just wasn't the right time.
To be honest, it was a screwy thing.
Yeah.
I told her. Here's what happened. Here's what happened. She was working with us, and here's why. So obviously I like Mercedes a lot, and I had worked and in putting a match order and a card together for All Out. She was very prominently featured in All Out, and I actually was coaching then and worked with you and liked her a lot, and we got along really well. But it was before the TV renewal, and I went on the Jericho cruise pre-pandemic, and it was a very eventful cruise. A lot of stuff happened. There was a lot of stuff that weekend, and Booker T was on the cruise. And he brought up to me how I'd really missed the boat on Mercedes, and I told him, I was like, that's the kind of, Mercedes is exactly the kind of person I would really like to have in AEW, and I was looking, and I was using her on a non-contract basis, basically building up to when I had the budget to sign her, because before the TV deal, our revenue stream totally changed, and you saw me bring in literally dozens of free agents since then, and she absolutely would have been one of them, but she signed with a competition before I got the contract, and it was probably within weeks. So Booker was it was a funny conversation here. I was trying to explain to him, I worked with her. We worked on the Battle Royal together. I thought she was awesome, and now I'm going to go out and start signing people. And after that, we signed a bunch of big names like Brody Lee, Matt Hardy, and the next year FTR, Sting, and many others, and built up a lot of names, and she would have absolutely been a name I was really interested in. So that was a conversation I had with Booker T on the cruise.
I legitimately was referring to Retribution, though. Like, I mean, you passed up that opportunity.
We don't talk about that.
Yeah, exactly. and now you're here and you're winning championships.
Yeah, the whole Retribution thing, I think for me, the decision to not be a part of that was probably a great decision for me personally. I always believe my legacy has to be me in my truest form, which is as Mercedes Martinez, not part of a group or in a mass, and not to take away from anything that anybody in that group, they have their own decisions to make. For me personally, in my career in 20 years, I really did not want to change anything that I worked so hard for. The basis of my career has always been, I want to do this my way. True to my form, the truest that I can be, very authentic, and it was always Mercedes, Mercedes, Mercedes. And have I turned down opportunities? Yes, of course. And I just truly believe that that was not the direction that I wanted my career to go. And everybody was on board. There was no bad press or anything on it. Everyone was on the same page. They understood where I was going for, what I wanted to do for my career, and that was it. And I left and went back to NXT and kept my career there. So it was for me. It was a good decision for me personally. That's all.
That makes sense. Sorry, I didn't know that's what you meant.
No,
I thought you meant all. I thought it's a good story too. It's a good story, and also it's like true because I really did enjoy. We had a good time at All Out, and then I enjoyed working with you, and I wanted her to come back, and it was just the one that got away, and now we're back together. So
both kind of fit.
Who's up next?
Yeah, right here. Just Rage, Pro Wrestling Illustrated and Graph City Podcast. You said you've had a 20-year career. Congrats on a great career. How do you approach matches now as a 20-year veteran when you're up against a lot of talent that is highly touted, the internet loves these people, and you just come in as the veteran and play your role? How does it feel to play that veteran role now?
I take it with pride. I really do. I think with me coming in the old school mentality, less is more, I think my body can only handle so much. You want to put out the best you can and really show that you can go with the young girls or guys, because I don't care who I'm in the ring with. I think it's just building my body up and preparing my body up for those big matches and going all out on the big matches. And when you have the smaller matches, you kind of save your body. It's really just when I go in there, I teach the girls, hey, this is how you can do this better. Save your body for the long run. You want to have longevity in this industry, you really do. And if you go out there and you're constantly just go, high spots this, high spots that, you're going to potentially have yourself an injury and you're going to take yourself out of the game. I truly believe, with me having injuries in my career and being out 2 years here, 2 years there, it's because I was go. I was in that mentality just like they were. Now going into my 21 years now, I work a little smarter. I really do. I pick and choose what I can and can't do, but still being able to deliver on those matches and still highlight the girls as well. My match with Willow tonight was phenomenal. And we wrestled a couple years ago, and this match is a whole flip of what we did and what she can accomplish. My job as a veteran is to lift these girls up and get them to the level that I'm at and show the world that yes, they can do all this crazy stuff, but when they're in the ring with someone like me, they have to learn a different style, different way to showcase themselves. And it's really just getting them to have the experience to be able to do that when they do wrestle other people, and then when they do get to my level, would they be able to take that advice as well? So I take it really personally, and I really do want them to understand that my job is, if I'm here, I want them to get here and surpass me. Because my job is to pass the torch at some point in time and give them that experience, and I really do. I really think longevity is the name of the game. I wouldn't be here 21 years if I didn't think longevity was the game.
But tonight was not the night for passing that torch.
No, I'm still in my prime. What are you talking about?
Sure.
Want to go Connor here?
Hey guys, Connor Casey, comicbook.com. Tony, now that you have an interim women's champion, any plan on when the unification match might be on?
Yeah, we're looking at the schedule. It's no secret, I think there's other wrestling shows this weekend, and she had a contractual obligation tonight. So there was no way to work out a title match involving her. I think either one would have been a very worthy challenger. Mercedes, and obviously we saw Willow, also a very worthy challenger. So I decided, in the interest of the fans, as we've done in a previous situation before when the champion was unavailable to make a date, crown an interim champion, and it gives a great show and a great match to the fans, and it was a great match and a great show, and now we have an exciting championship match to look forward to. So when I can work out a date when she doesn't have her contractual obligations, we will make it happen. I'm very confident.
Thanks. Two more questions. Will, over here. Phil, right front row. Great.
Phil Lindsay, Gravity Podcast and Report. For Mercedes, you recently had a match with Deonna, and of course she came on top on that one. How are you preparing for the rematch?
I know all her tricks. What are you talking about? It's the concept of reinventing yourself. Reinventing your move sets. When you wrestle someone, as much as I wrestled Deonna, probably in the last 6 months, we were practically married to each other. So we know each other very, very well. I think in our next matchup, I have to pull out different things that no one has seen, up my game, go to training, and really level up the playing field when it comes to her. Because just like her, I think she has to level up because it's on a different platform now. I always say that when I get in the ring with anybody that I'm familiar with, people seen it all already between us two, so we have to always up the ante and show them something different that they haven't seen in our previous matchups, and that's really the game. That's really challenging for anybody who's in the ring with someone who they're used to. So I think in the mindset, whenever this match does happen, you're going to see a different style of Mercedes. Yeah, I'll pull out my usual stuff, but I really do want to go into this with a different mentality and treat it as if, okay, this is someone new. What can I pull out that no one has seen yet? Because at the end of the day, I want to be that undisputed champion, of course. That's the goal, right?
Last question. Second row.
Danny Gracia, Big Gold Belt Media. You mentioned something really important, which is authenticity in your career. So being in your 21st year, how do you maintain your own personal authenticity throughout all the professional wrestling?
I stay true to myself. I really do. I believe that the fans and even in the locker room and the girls, I don't sugarcoat anything. What you see is what you get. It really is. There is no character when you see Mercedes out there. There is no fakeness to me at all. The way I speak, the way my mannerisms are, it's really me when you see me out on the street. And I believe that that can cater to a lot of people. You know, I don't need to play a big character. I don't need to be this big thing. It's just, I always believe when I started wrestling that I just wanted to wrestle. I wanted to wrestle just as me. And not the glitz and the glamour. I want it to be raw, rugged, thugged, like gritty, and that's really what it comes down to. And for me, my lifestyle is like that as well. It's where you just hustle and grind always. You never stop, because anything can happen in this business. It can get taken away from you like that. And if I stay true to myself, I know that everyone out there, you know, can be true to themselves if they really want it. I don't want someone to change me for them. If I'm gonna change, it's gonna be for me. It's not gonna be for anybody else. And if you don't like it, that's too bad. It really is, because I'm not gonna change for nobody. No matter how much money is on the plate, no matter what fame, because at the end of the day, I'm the one who has to look at myself in the mirror. I'm the one who has to be with content with the decisions I've made. And up to this point in 21 years in this business, I'm happy. I really am. I'm content with the decisions I made. I don't regret anything that I have done in this business, because here I am, still killing it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jan.